Oh, yo, what is good? Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family. We're back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream, and we've got a bit of a different style of stream for today. This one is still going to be covering some Casper content, some big catalysts incoming, of course. The title states an AI engine being Grok predicts Casper could surpass $5 this cycle, which we'll get into in this stream. But also I wanted to give a bit of a realistic crypto and Casper market outlook in this stream. The understanding from everybody, which is playing a factor, is that the market is currently correcting heavily because of the tariffs that Trump has implemented. And yes, it is playing a factor, but ultimately it's not the deciding factor. It's, imagine a birthday cake, if you will. These tariffs, I'd like to state that while they make a big difference to the overall taste of the cake, these tariffs are just the icing on top of what's actually going on in this space. And truth be told, with or without tariffs, we probably would have seen corrections either way. I spoke about this a little bit with Cody, very briefly here and there. I've seen him talk about a lot of people in my community. It's one of my free Discord server if you want to find out more. So Cody's very, very insightful there as well. A lot of people there are very educational and very, knowledgeable people. So if you want to find out more, free community, come chill chat and learn more about crypto and Casper. Link to join in the description chat. Also my homepage is here. But I spoke about a bit of Cody as well. And ultimately it's the understanding of what's happening in the market, the truth of the matter, and yeah, tariffs are playing a factor, but it's not the overall factor. So welcome back everyone once more to the daily crypto FOMO, Casper FOMO. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's very educational for you. And ultimately remember, don't be emotional, be logical. What's up, Devious Me? Welcome back to you, man. You're doing very, very well. Added 2.25 thousand Casper. Massive. Love to hear that. Keep stacking that bag, my man. Love to hear it. Wyatt, my man, let's go Caspians. Great to buy some more Casper completely. 100%. Casper right now is down 4.3% on daily time frame. I made a post to my executives earlier today that Casper was retracing down to this bottom here of around 7 cents. It touched this zone down about 10% on the daily time frame, and we needed to see Casper hold this level for it to be a good indicator, if you will, that Casper, this next bottom for Casper. If we lose this level, I'll completely remove pretty much all of my, zones from earlier. You can see it's just literally this white zone here and this part up here. The zone down here, this is the level of support for Casper right now between this zone here. Right now, if we look closer, we can see Casper has actually gone above the level of support right now. Where it's trading right now is right at the top zone of it, which is good to see. But if Casper retraces below this and starts trading below that, that will, in my opinion, not financial, but in my opinion, will be an indicator that Casper will start to make a move towards 6 and then 5 cents. With where Bitcoin's going right now, anything's possible. But again, we'll get into more of that throughout the stream as well. What's up, Mr. Miles? Welcome back, my man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Today, I got 68 more Casper. Love to hear that, Andy. I keep stacking that bag. I know you're doing that consistently, and I love to hear it every single day, man. Making me proud. Not that I am a father figure or anything like that. What's up, my man? $1 and I'm all out. I mean, understandable right now. I think what I am understanding from this market right now, which I think is actually quite interesting, is a lot of people either are new to crypto or they weren't prepared for the level of volatility we're seeing and manipulation, which we're going to get into in this stream. So as a result, therefore, the markets are acting so out of the ordinary and almost, to be fair, what I'm going to showcase today is proof of what's happening, therefore give you some conviction of what's happening right now. But it's kind of gone against what a lot of people thought was going to happen. So therefore, a lot of people right now are like, you know what? I just want to get out and make some money, and that's it. They don't even want. They're. I'm not saying you're scared. That's not the word I'm trying to say. But you don't want to take. You don't want to take any more unnecessary risks. I think that's the right way to frame it. So if you're out $1, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I plan to hold it continuously. I think Casper's got a lot of big things coming through. I'll get into in this stream as well. And the market equally, despite the negative sentiment and potentially short-term pullbacks, does still look very good in my opinion. What's up, Ben, my man? Welcome back to the stream as well. I've bought another 100,000 or 100 more Casper. No, 100. You bought another 100 more Casper and now 120 more now. I'm guessing that's 100,000, if not just 100. Even, it doesn't matter. Either way, yeah, massive. Massive. So big up my man. Keep stacking that bag. I'd love to hear it. Remember, live chat. Don't worry. As I told you, I do have my post-it note here now, so you haven't got to remind me anymore. So I just have it there. Although, continue to remind me, because I'm sure I forget. I'll have to commend you somehow. But thank you very much for reminding me again. I love Casper, but Grok is rubbish. I think Kaspa can hit $5 a cycle, all things considered. I mean, again, we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it, of course, but I mean, ultimately, Grok, any form of AI software, for where it's at right now, it's all understanding of it's machine learning. So it's basically just taking what people are saying online and compiling that into its own thought process. And right now, people still seem to think Kaspa could reach $5 a cycle, which I'm not saying it can't, but $125 billion market cap right now does seem a bit excessive. It depends on when the market peaks. And I mean, if you get a 250k Bitcoin this cycle, then yes, sure. But I don't think we'll get that high. People are still saying 250k Bitcoin. I'm thinking 150. If you get 250, fantastic. Then Kaspa could reach $5, sure. But otherwise, then I don't think so. Ian says I put on 10,000 Kaspa today. I'm running out the dip money. I ran out a while ago, my man. I'm praying for the next paycheck, which is I'm already out of. I need to wait for the next month, end of the month. Next paycheck to try and buy some more Kaspa. But I mean, I'm praying either way. I can't see Kaspa hitting $5, maybe 150. I mean, again, for me, I think $5 is a bit much this cycle. It really does depend on the other, assets in the cycle, particularly Bitcoin as well. Now I'll get into more of the questions and stuff in just a moment. But let's get into the actual, fundamental stuff of the stream today. So first things first, we have this post here from Watcher Guru here, which highlights that the anti-crypto individual, Peter Schiff, he says that President Trump helped pull off the biggest crypto rug pull of all time and called on Congress to investigate. Now, that is an opinion, and while there is some form of sources to support that fact with the Trump coin, which obviously went from 5 billion to 15 billion, then Trump's wife released her meme coin, and then it caused Trump's to dump 50%, and now it's hovering around 2 billion markup, I think, right now. Since Trump has launched his meme coin, it actually coincidentally, since throughout the whole run-up of Trump's confirmed as president right now, we saw Bitcoin rally up to 108k. This is all the FOMO, right? And then Trump took office on the 20th of January, which was right here at the top. This is when Trump took office. And very shortly after that, he launched his meme coin, and since then, we've been seeing it come down heavy and heavy and heavy, and then massive. And then we've seen the volatility been all over the place the last, 3 or 4 days. We saw it correct down from in the span of 5 days, down 20%, then rally straight back up, making all the money back, and then straight back down again. Right now, it's consolidating around 88k, up 3% on the daily time frame, which is good to see. But at the same time, we may see it stabilize. Maybe we'll see it come down. We did see it earlier today, correct down to 80k once again. So it's now starting to rally again. Reasons why, again, I'm guessing due to institutions and buying up, which we'll get into any moment, ultimately the manipulation going on right now. But Peter Schiff says here that, Trump's done the biggest rug pull in crypto history, calling to investigate. We'll see if that develops anymore or not. For me, if I'm perfectly honest, this is a nothing burger. This is just me highlighting there's still a lot of negative sentiment in the market, even from the higher ups as well. What is actually important, though, starts now. So, everyone right now, understandably, is under the impression that tariffs are the reason the market is so volatile and correcting. And it is partly true, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, for me, it's the icing on the cake that, does change the flavor, but is not the deciding factor of what's happening right now. So right now, all the tariffs in effect are 20% on all imports from Mexico, all imports from Canada except energy, 20% on various imports from China, 10% on Canadian energy imports, so 25% on all Canadian and 10% on the energy ones, and 20% regulatory tariffs on $155 billion of US goods to Canada. So Canada right now is getting shafted, truth be told. And furthermore, apparently Trump has threatened to raise tariffs on Canada if they decide to retaliate. So he's physically telling Canada, we're giving you tariffs. If you retaliate, we'll make it worse for you. So just roll over and take it. Now, Trump and America, they have the cojones to do that, if you will. They are a massive economy, so they can bully Canada about, which is significantly smaller. But fundamentally speaking, right now we are still looking and in a lot of uncertain predicaments right now. That's the problem right now in the market. It's not the fact that if we had confirmed that we were going to just dump and have a massive war and all this sort of stuff, then yes, sure, we see correction, but it wouldn't be so bad. The problem is we still got so much uncertainty. Uncertainty is what dumps markets. People will prefer to have confirmation that we're coming down than unsure what's happening, therefore resulting in the coming down further. So tariffs right now are causing effects on the market. There's no disagreement on that. And we can even see here the sort of effect these tariffs are having right now. Report apparently the Honda is moving civic productions from Mexico to Indiana, so in America, in response to Trump's tariffs. So this is the sort of effect these tariffs are going to be happening to bring more, business into America, to stay in America, not, from external, sources, to be all in America, therefore bolstering the economy more so. That's the sort of effect that these tariffs should be having. So this could hopefully develop more so for America, therefore being better. But this is, definitely a significant development, a bit of news that is causing significant corrections. But again, I think on the cake, this here is, from what I'm understanding, for me, the actual reason why we are in a disastrous and volatile market right now, right? It starts here. So this here is obviously talking about the core PCE data, the price index month on month on the US dollar. And PCE inflation, if you're unaware, is effectively how the Fed measures, or how they prefer to measure, because there's multiple ways to measure it, but prefer to measure inflation. So this is how the Fed prefer to measure inflation data. And we can see here, as of, year on year, month on month, the PCE came back, core PCE came back as expected. Previously, year on year, it was 2.9, and then finished right now as expected as 2.6. And then the month in January, previously 0.2, expected 0.3. So it's going up a little bit right now, but truth be told, year on year, or month on month even here, inflation's actually declined. Inflation's actually declined here. So right now, typically people tend to say that inflation is the problem. That's why markets are dumping out the stocks and the crypto and everything is just collapsing. It's inflation. But evidently, inflation doesn't seem to be the source or the main problem here. Because actually inflation is going down. It might be rallying right now, but it's been going down for the most part. And again, this is why it's partly due to tariffs as well, but it's not the deciding factor here. Here we can see as well, the Atlanta Fed revises their Q1 GDP estimate to minus 2.8%. They revised it to minus 1.5 just last week to Friday, and now they have doubled the percentage rate in, just a span of a week, because they think the economy will contract this in Q1 2025. Ultimately, what's happening right now is the central banks, the Fed, they have no idea how the country's Q1 GDP is going to, finish, where it's going to end up, because they are unsure how the tariffs are going to affect this economy. America's not had tariffs for, I think, even 100 years, not even longer than that. Tariffs have not been a thing for America in a very, very long time. As a result, therefore, the central banks, even they don't know how to price the tariffs in. So, they are uncertain, therefore, building the FUD, this stuff here, this is not confirmed, by the way. It's not confirmed at all. We could very well see the GDP end positive, or even somewhat negative, not even nearly as bad as minus 2.8. You can see minimal, if not even positive again. It's because the Fed don't know, and if the Fed don't know, and they want to kind of, control or they want to devise, the current economic situation we're in, if they don't know, investors are going to be equally as, if not more so, uncertain, and therefore even more fearful. Inflation is not the problem right now. Despite people saying it is, seemingly is not the problem. It's not inflation. It's purely uncertainty, which is partly building off the back of the tariffs Trump's implementing. But again, that is just another factor. This is the filling of the cake for me. So you've got the icing on the cake here being the tariffs. You've got the filling of the cake here being the actual core, inflation data, which is actually good, and equally the fact that the central banks, they don't know how to price the inflation, or they don't know how to price the tariffs, and therefore they don't know how to determine whether GDP is going to fall. So it's just uncertainty. But for me, which is something I did cover with Cody, what I believe the actual reason for why the markets are so volatile and seemingly very negative right now is the flow of liquidity. Cody spoke about this a number of times in my community. Shout out to Cody for this as well. I need to do more research into it, but I have some sources about it. Ultimately, it's this element here. This is one of many different market makers, if you will. There are multiple different market makers, which I'm just going to, rally some off right now, as Cody's already told to me as well. different market makers include the likes of Wintermute here. You got B2C2 Cumberland, Jump. You got Alameda, Flow Traders, QCP, DV Chain, and there's a whole there's a lot of market makers out there right now, of course. But this here is the problem as to why I believe the markets are so uncertain right now. Wintermute here made a post, and then multiple more. I'll show this pretty later on, maybe in a video. I might do it tomorrow's video. Wintermute OTC 2024 in review and 2025 outlook, published in January 17, 2024, so last year, but this is what's coming to fruition right now. Crypto's market structure transformed in 2024, fueled by institutional grade products, deeper market liquidity, and increased regulatory clarity. The SEC's approval of spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, alongside growing bipartisan support of crypto frameworks, removed key barriers for traditional financial players, driving unprecedented international engagement and capital inflows. This institutional shift was reflected in Wintermute's OTC desk activity, which experienced similar momentum. We took a closer look at the trends shaping in the market last year to identify patterns likely to extend into 2025. The snapshot here showcases, and then the snapshot here basically highlights that Wintermute's OTC, so over-the-counter volume, grew by 313%, outpacing the 142% increase in overall crypto exchange volume. So OTC trading, which, just so you're aware, OTC does not have an impact on the market. Over the counter does not have an impact on this market here. OTC trading, trader view, please load. OTC trading does not show up here, or doesn't show up here. It doesn't show up on this. This is not what happens here. You don't see this here. So Wintermute's highlighted that we saw, over a 2x in volume through Wintermute's OTC as opposed to the actual overall exchange volume on cryptos, where you actually see the transactions. We saw over 300 new unique pairs were traded for the first time, so new institutions getting involved. Average trade size rose by 17%, so larger capital as well. Yeah, reflecting the shift towards larger institutional block trades. Trade for institutions OTC volumes grew 240%. Derivatives volume grew over 300%, with CFDs capturing 3.4% of Wintermute's total OTC volume within just 9 months. Ultimately, and this is the key part here, more institutions are turning to over-the-counter trading to reduce market impact and avoid capital inefficiencies tied to holding assets on exchanges. The flow of liquidity right now, the large money, the whales, a lot of the trades being conducted right now is happening over the counter, OTC. They're not happening through the exchanges. Therefore, it's harder for us to keep track of it. And therefore, it's making it even harder for all of us right now. Institutions are buying massive bulks and selling massive bulks. They can afford to buy over the counter and sell on the exchange if they choose to. Therefore, cause the dumping of the market while actually just accumulating more in general. Institutional adoption is expected to accelerate in 2025, reinforcing the need for scalable liquidity solutions, evolved derivative markets, and efficient trade executions. What we're seeing right now is institutions getting involved, which is fantastic for more, money to come to the space. Trillions will flow into crypto as a lot of institutions. I do believe that much. But the flow of liquidity is the reason why the markets right now are so volatile and so, dare I say, unpredictable. Truth be told, what's happened in the past few days was predictable. That was the FOMO of Trump announcing crypto strategic reserve with XRP, ADA, Solana, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and more to come. And then, of course, the dump following tariff confirmations from his meeting that happened yesterday, which is now coming into effect. So again, tariffs are taking an effect of the icing of the cake. The inflation data, CPE, and all this, inflation stuff, PCE, core inflation data, all this stuff as well, is also the filling of the cake. This is also taking effect on the market. They do have an effect, of course, but the actual structure, the actual, batter, and the actual cake itself, the physical thing, for me, that's causing the market to be so, again, dare I say, unpredictable. It is this. It is the fact that institutions are turning to over-the-counter trading as opposed to doing it through exchanges to reduce market impact and avoid capital inefficiencies tied to holding assets on exchanges. Crypto slowly but surely turning into the stock market, which is good because it means we're going to see a lot more money coming through, but it also means you'll see this sort of stuff grow more and more. I don't think this is even remotely impossible to stop. It's how institutions have been managing this sort of financial space for years and years and years. It's what they're used to. They're going to continue doing it. All we can do, as always, is follow the money. Be the fish swimming along the whales. Don't be emotional, logical, and understand what's happening in this space. Understand that these tariffs are important to understand the macro trends, the short-term fundamental news. This PCE stuff, equally very important. But the underlying reason comes here. When you understand that, the emotional effect it will have on you will lessen. In that regard here as well, which I want to highlight as well in this document here, it highlights that the ISM missed on almost every metric today, which is good for inflation coming down, but not that good for growth. Now, truth be told, the ISM, if you don't know what that is, it historically predicts the Nasdaq 6 months in advance, which is, a very good indicator for where the market's going to be in the future. And, it does it very accurately. And it's highlighting that inflation's not coming down, which is good, but it's not good for growth. Just so you know as well, the ISM's above 50, so it's actually not even that bad in the first place. But people, of course, are worried because they're not worried about inflation anymore. This inflation news is not the concern anymore. Now they're worried about a slow economy, which is equally very, very bearish. And this is what I was talking to Cody about as well earlier. This is why this is inevitable. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says we're set on bringing interest rates down. This is inevitable because there's evidently a growing concern right now, even from higher up, that the economy right now is slowing down. Inflation's not a problem anymore. Inflation's not a problem. The tariffs are a wild card, if you will, because no one knows how they're going to realistically work out because it's been so long since we've seen tariffs in the past. So tariffs are a wild card. The economy seems to be slowing down. Inflation's not a problem right now. The only way to... So therefore, if inflation's not a problem, then you can lower rates. If you've got high inflation, you've got to increase the rates to combat the inflation. But right now, evidently, inflation is not a problem. It's not, in the grand scheme of things. We saw inflation really bad around 7% when they started cutting or something around that point. We're not nearly that bad. We're at 2-3% inflation. Comparatively, we are nowhere near as bad as inflation. And right now, evidently, what the central banks and the Fed and seemingly everyone's worried about now is not inflation. It is the growth of the economy, which is slowing down. Therefore, the only way to speed up the growth of the economy is to cut rates, to allow more loaning, more borrowing, to allow to inject into the economy and therefore start start to rally up more so again. Also, another reason why I think rate cuts are inevitable, as I highlighted with Cody again once more, is whilst I'm trying to find where I said it, is that once more again with Trump implementing tariffs, this could also result in the dollar gaining more strength, and if it gets too strong, that also could result in making the exports too expensive, and therefore makes trading with America just not worthwhile. So, to combat the potential and likely rallying of the dollar with the tariffs coming through, to combat the slowdown of the economy right now, thanks to, all these sort of metrics right now I've just covered as well, the only way to combat that is to increase rates. Cody highlights that he thinks the speed of money that's important, and I do agree as well. The speed of money right now is ultimately also what's important right now. So that is the kind of the realistic crypto market outlook right now, at least from my understanding that I'm trying to, perceive to you all here. Inflation's definitely a factor to this current market sentiment. And it's something we've got to keep an eye on, because it could definitely be good or bad. We still are very uncertain. And again, the key fundamental part is uncertainty is what dumps markets. If we knew that tariffs were going to send us down, like confirmed it's going to send us down, we come down, but it wouldn't probably be a significance because we know it's coming down. Right now, tariffs are coming through. We believe there'll be a trade war. We believe the economy is going to go into, a spiral as a result, but we don't have confirmation as such. It's just speculation. Uncertainty, it's FUD. And Trump also saying, don't you dare retaliate to us because we'll make it worse for you. That does also rise the FUD. Increase the FUD even. Inflation's not doing bad, so that's no longer a factor that anyone's really caring about anymore. It's not inflation anymore, it's the slowing of the economy. And the tariffs, again, has even got the central banks confused on where we're going to go. They don't know how to price the tariffs. Again, more uncertainty. And if they're coming from the top downwards, it's just going to cause all markets to be very volatile right now. That's why the stocks are collapsing. That's why crypto is collapsing even more aggressively, because it's a smaller market. Therefore, the volatility is a lot higher. We'll likely see interest rates this year. If not, I don't think it's the end of the world, but I think it's inevitable they'll come through, which would be good. But what's causing the markets to significantly, again, be somewhat unpredictable right now is the flow of money. It's where the money's coming in and out, which is not through exchanges, not where we can see it, it's over the counter, which is making it harder and causing more problems in that regard. Now, with that being said, where do we go from here? Again, it is a guessing game. Nobody knows. I would like to believe that we potentially see some more downside within the next couple of weeks. Right now we're at 87, 88k Bitcoin. I want to believe, or not want to believe, but I choose to believe that we'll see Bitcoin and therefore the crypto market correct down probably in and around this region here in the next couple of weeks, few days. We did see it come down here earlier before now rallying upwards, which I'll refresh my page, but I don't think I've seen anything significant that's caused Bitcoin to rally. So again, it's probably just the OTC trading element that we can't control. We're at mercy of these institutions once again. My PC is so slow. I need to get more RAM. I really do need to get more RAM. I'm not seeing anything that's announced that's causing me to see that Bitcoin should be rallying. So, I mean, Bitcoin's rallying right now. I think we'll see it come down over the next few days personally, not financial advice. As a result, the crypto market will likely fall with it. That could spell bad news for Kaspa. Right now at 7.4 cents, down 5.5% daily time frame. Nearing this crucial level of support here. This could send us down to 5 cents if we do lose it. But at the same time, we do have good catalysts coming out for Kaspa that could also help alleviate its price and, reduce the possibility of us seeing more significant corrections. So I'll get into that in a moment, because there's also some very good crypto catalysts as well I need to get into, but I'll answer questions very quickly beforehand as well. Diddy says the Bank of Japan will lower its rates at the end of the month, plus the FOMC at the end of the month. It risks shaking it again. Again, that's also another macro element fundamental that could have an effect on the market, because again, if America's not pricing ideally with the rest of the nations, and Japan starts to rally, the yen carry trade starts getting all out of whack again, that could cause the dollar to capitulate and cause the market to suffer more so as well. So it's definitely a factor. Again, these macro things, for me, in the long-term side of things, I'm still same precedent that crypto's going to be very, very bullish, and I'll get into a reason. Explain my reasons why in a moment. But the short term right now, it is a lot of uncertainty due to all of the significant macro developments, and it's not just even the all bearish, it's all the bullish as well. There are two massive competing sides. The bearish of the inflation, the OTC, the tariffs, all this sort of stuff as well. The Fed not knowing what the hell's going on, but then also the bullish stuff here that I'm going to get into in a moment. And then also the all bullish stuff coming for Kaspa as well. Like it's a whole plethora of things. And yes, maybe you need a day off from daily streams and get the prices up again. Honestly, the one day the one day I didn't come on my PC until it was time to stream, so I was out of the house all day, which was on the Sunday. We saw Kaspa rally like up to 20% at one point. Yeah, maybe I didn't take a day off. Who knows? We'll have to see though. I mean, right now I still enjoy doing what I do. And I also, part of me doesn't want to stop, because if I stop and it ends up going up, I'll be like, damn, like I'm actually going to be like the new Kaspa Guru. I'm sure those who are following Kaspa Guru on Twitter are perfectly aware that he is typically perceived as the anti-Kaspa market. Every time he says, oh, we're going up from now, Kaspa reverses. He also has that sort of effect. Coincidentally, of course, I don't want to be like that. All jokes aside, though, I do respect the guy. He's got a lot of good content out there. Mr. Mars says, so if we all say Kaspa hits $5, GOP will confirm our bias. I mean, that's to my understanding, effectively, of these AR software right now. AR software tends to take the general, because it does, a quick, deep dive research from all the sources that it finds on the internet, and concludes its overall sentiment on that and gives its own logical thought process about it. But right now, I think a lot of the sentiment around Kaspa has been it will hit $5. At least, do you think back way back when as well, a few years back? Right now, people are more understandably saying, 50 cents, $1, $2. They're being a bit more conservative, which I think is the right ideology to have with investing in general. Better to be conservative and, hit your goals and then just have a moon bag in case I'm trying to be a moon boy in general and then not hitting your target and then missing out, But that would be huge, of course, if it did hit $5, no mistake about that. I want shark status 1,800, more to go. Hey, you're not far from, man. You're not far from at all. Keep filling that bag. I'm sure you can do it, man. Cap it to 5 cents, potentially, again, depending on the developments I just spoke about, all the uncertainty and seemingly market factors as well, it could definitely cause Bitcoin to correct further, therefore capital to correct further as well. But I'll make a full, I'll come back full circle and explain it all in a moment in a bit more, structured format, if you will. Getting close to the dolphin here. Hey, keep up, Nate, my man. Love to hear it. Today had some great dips, well in profit now. Good to hear, Ben. Love to hear it. You think 50 cents is realistic? Yes, personally. Bull run over? No. The only way, in my belief, that a bull run finishes and it's over is if we get a recession, which I don't think will happen. There's always a possibility of such, but I don't think it will happen. I don't think we're going to get a recession. If we get a recession, then yeah, bull run over. Otherwise, then no, we'll still get a bull run. Whatever news that comes from Trump is probably not intentional. It may be how people react to whatever happens that is coming from Trump. Is like during his first term, market fluctuates whenever he tweets, a phenomenon. Someone even created an app to track his tweets. Yeah, and you quit trading for... I'm not surprised either. I'm not surprised either because, yeah, Trump similarly to Elon Musk, like they're two... no matter if you've got a lot of influence, whether you be Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, like Kanye West, whoever you are, if you've got a lot of, influence, your words have significant weight and can drastically affect... Taylor Swift probably the biggest one, arguably, all the fangirls, particularly out there. Taylor Swift said something that was, deemed quite negative. That could cause a massive riot. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Tony. Yeah, I understand people have an app to track. There are apps you can create and put into Discords and Telegrams that tracks and manually imports into these servers tweets from any account, whether it be Trump's, Elon Musk, or even just Watch Gurus. So yeah, I'm not surprised you quit trading as a result. I am personally not as in trading right now. I was in trading a bit before he took office, and then we started seeing this whole capitulation of the market, although you are part of the executive community here, and you have seen that we got in a new trader, which he has started to put in some trades that have been very, very good. Actually, speaking of which, we did make this gain, I think a day or two ago on XLM. We did a short trade on XLM, and we saw a 200% gain with 20x leverage, which was, high risk, but it was good play. We closed the position as well, so we'll hopefully see a lot more of that coming from our new trader we put into the community very, very soon. In case you want to know more about that sort of stuff, trying to capitalize on this market in this sort of uncertain times, you come join. 7-day free trial comes with a fee, and we provide a lot more in there just in trading. We also provide weekly live streams with myself and C Crypto, who are giving a lot of market insights and institutional research documents. A lot of more in-depth stuff. This stream in itself is quite a informative one. What we provide in there, I like to be even more informative. So you want to know more about that, and also more hidden gems coming out that we're going to be looking into, then by all means come join, come check it out. 7-day free trial in the description chat, also on my homepage as well. But there's a lot more. Again, I'm still not bearish on crypto by any state of imagination, and even not Kaspa as well. I'm still very optimistic what's going to come through. Cleansing the market, what institutions are buying heavy? Pretty much right now. Again, this is always the case though. Think about it. We have been in crypto for years. Institutions have been late. They finally got in. They've been waiting for regulations for over a year now, if not even longer, arguably. And now they're finally here, but they don't want you to make money. They want to make money for themselves. Why would you, as let's just say for argument's sake, why would you, as JP Morgan, want to buy Bitcoin at 100k for the aim of a 2x profit? Don't get me wrong. when they're holding, their stocks and their bonds, they're normally used to about a 40-50%, AUM. So they're not, or even maybe less than that. So they're not used to significant gains and stuff like that. So even then, it'll still be big for them. But, if you're BlackRock got in when Bitcoin was around 36K. So BlackRock, in that regard, could have already made about a 3x. And it's still likely to go higher from here. I don't mean saying that Bitcoin's going to come down to 30K again, God forbid. If that happened, then I think Kaspa would probably crash. I'll be very, very realistic here because its position is already not very good. If we saw a market crash and the market wiped and Bitcoin came down heavily, loads of alts would be liquidated completely. I do think Bitcoin will come down a little bit further in the upcoming days and weeks, going mid-March. And then we got a lot of, again, very good things to cover in this crypto space. The important dates coming up is, tomorrow, that's for Kaspa, we'll see the emission reduction. On the 6th of March, we have the CFTC, who will be holding its CEO forum to discuss tokenized assets and how stablecoins can act as a form of collateral in futures market, which is, big developments towards stablecoin adoption and tokenization, which is very, very big. On the 7th, we'll have unemployment numbers and the crypto summit at the White House. On the 10th, the Senate will be looking to find a time to mark up a stablecoin bill during that week. So again, developments in that regard. 12th is CPI data from the Fed from February. The 19th of March is the Fed rate decision. And the 21st will be the SEC's first industry roundtable with first of five planned industry roundtables. So we've got a lot of very bullish things coming up this March. I like to hope and believe that the first, week or two might see a bit more, chopping around this zone here, and then leading into later March, provided that all the macro elements seem bullish right now and the tariffs don't have too much of a drastic effect on people and people start to alleviate their fun and uncertainty, we'll start seeing make a small rally back upwards going into Q2, to which by that point Kaspa is going to be in a very, very strong position for what's coming up through it as well. We can see here some other bullish updates here in regards to the market. Okay, so looking from CZ, former CEO and founder of Binance Exchange, biggest exchange in the world. A little secret about all the crypto millionaires I know, they all had to hold through dips. The only exception was a guy who was a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you don't care if you buy or sell. Millionaires who became millionaires through crypto, they held the dips. They didn't sell through the fear. They had strong conviction, they knew what they were holding, and they did their research, they knew what was coming back. They knew or understood elements of this fact, or even understood all this stuff in general. They knew what this would do for the market, and they reacted accordingly, and they understood that, they understand that, and if we get a recession, crypto is not dying. We're still going to get a bull, we're still going to get an altcoin run as well. Now we hear from Eleanor Terry here, the Fox business journalist. Industry participants are still awaiting official invitations for the crypto summit on Friday. So we're still awaiting that matter, but apparently now, as of this morning, the official invitees for Friday's White House have yet been sent. So the guest list, according to two sources close to the proceedings, will be smaller than previously anticipated and feature industry bigwigs like Michael Saylor. So we've still not heard confirmation yet, which is a bit worrying. We're currently on Tuesday. We've got 3 days left, but we're getting some sources now, some information about it. Michael Saylor will be in attendance, so it'll be smaller than anticipated, which is also interesting. It'll be 20 to 25 people now. And unclear who, aside from Bo Hines, David Sachs will be in attendance. But if you go back to Donald Trump's executive order, and the PWG also includes Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, and SEC Chair, CFTC Chair, and others. So we'll see many more significant officials at this event. Hopefully the invites will go out very, very soon. And we'll hopefully hear, I'll hear from Eleanor Terry, and I'll be relaying the information to all of you as soon as I find out. But this is going to hopefully be a very big event that, what could be announced could also cause some alleviation of FUD in the market. If nothing's announced, that could be worse. So we'll have to wait and see. Furthermore, we heard yesterday, alongside the tariff confirmations, that Trump has announced a new $100 billion investment by TSMC in US chip manufacturing. So again, trying to get ahead in AI. And I know Tony knows this, but if you are a part of my CF community here, you've seen the numerous institutional research documents that we've covered literally every single week. The significant rally in AI that's coming is massive. So this is even bullish for that as well. So again, if you want to know more about that sort of stuff, staying ahead of the game, link in the description, check out my homepage, come check this out, 7-day free trial. You know the deal. This is going to be very, very huge. I'm very bullish about this announcement, truth be told. Furthermore, Martin Harburg highlights here, the head of research at Uphold, the SEC insider claims ETF allocations from 28 different altcoins have been filed. When institutions come in, they have access to, right now, the market is Bitcoin dominant because you have only Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, but predominantly Bitcoin. You haven't got access to the Solanas and XRPs and HBAR Aderas and all the other ones that are going to be coming out in due time. Apparently, there are 28 different ones filed. Different altcoin files. Meaning that institutions will have access to 28 different altcoins. Of course, you've got thousands and thousands in this market. Thousands. But 28 is a good start. So I believe you'll likely see the likes of, obviously you've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, you'll see XRP, you'll see Solana, you'll see Litecoin, you'll probably see Cardano, you'll probably see Hedera HBAR, you'll see XLM, you'll see Sui, I imagine, probably see Tau, and keep going down the list. Will we get a Kaspa one? I would like to believe late this cycle, if we do get one, but again, it's only 3 years into its cycle, almost 4, now we're so early in adoption, we can't confirm ETFs. I want to believe it will happen. It's being considered by Grayscale, so it is a possibility. We'll have to wait for developments in that regard, but we've got ETPs for Kaspa already, so it has got adoption with Valor funds, so maybe the ETF is coming out as well for it. And even Dogecoin, I forgot about Dogecoin here. In fact, Bitwise already filed for spot Dogecoin ETF with NYSE, so we're even getting, meme coins that are getting ETFs, which is insane. Of course, Elon Musk's meme coins had a bit more, weight, but either way, we're seeing more adoption coming, and this institutional, flood of capital will come through very quickly when the time is right, when we get regulatory clarity. Again, we're still waiting upon that. When we get regulatory clarity, the market will shift into overdrive. We're still waiting for that right now. Right now, we're in a market where institutions are waiting on the sideline. We're still waiting on the sideline for regulations. Institutions are not here yet. All this sort of uncertain macro factors, OTC, and then all the bullish news here is everyone's just kind of confused where we're going to go. But institutions are going to be very big in this market for adoption as well. And that's precisely why one of the assets I do hold in this space is XRP. Obviously, I hold Kaspa. It's my biggest holding by a country mile, and it's not going to change. I have no reason to change my holding in Kaspa right now. I'm very bullish on it, and I think it'll do very well this cycle. But I understand that institutions drive the market, and I understand that XRP has very good connections to institutions. So I believe that therefore they may pump the part of XRP this cycle and go on from there as well. And in that regard as well, I have actually just recorded a video that I'm going to be releasing later today, which is covering what I'm going to call it is diamond or dust, in the sense of, is it going to be a diamond project or is it going to just fall to nothing? The project is called Onyx Coin. I'm sure some people may be aware of Onyx Coin already. This is Onyx Coin right now. You can see recently it saw a massive rally. I think it was a 1,800% gain, a 19x. And now it's come down about 70% since its top. You'll be hearing the video about it later today if you choose to watch it out. Again, it's a diamond or dust video. It may be a gem, maybe something to put a little bit of holding into if you choose to, again, do your own research. But right now, of course, this is a Kaspa channel predominantly. I love Kaspa, it's my biggest holding. But ultimately, as I mentioned in my community here, while we're still a Kaspa community as well, it's trying to also be about educating about crypto as well. That's what the executive community is mainly about. As much as we talk about Kaspa a lot, this here is talking also about crypto projects in general. We're looking at other AI projects, we're looking at other tokenization projects. That's also a very big factor as well. So therefore, I haven't got into Onyx Coin just yet. I don't know if I will just yet, but if I do, it'll be a very small holding, because there is obviously the worry of this market here. It does look a little bit. It has got Coinbase, so it's got some good exchanges. BitGet as well, KuCoin, Kraken, so it's got some good exchanges. But that's not a very reassuring chart, and I'm aware of that. So if you want to find out more about Onyx Coin, I did do quite a in-depth, history recap and what's coming out for Onyx Coin. The video will be releasing later today. Go check that out. I'll make an announcement about it in my community if you want to go look at it. But yeah, ultimately right now, Kaspa my biggest holding, and I'm going to cover the news about it in just a moment. Very bullish on it, but I do understand the institutions right now, they are driving the market. Again, OTC is happening right now, and those institutions that have, their chosen winners already, they have a lot of adoption already. The likes of XRP is why I'm holding XRP, because institutional adoption's here. Onyx, while seemingly very far down, the company behind them has been about since 2013 and has some very big products with the likes of Visa and Citibank. So that's why I think there's potential Onyx Coin can do something this cycle. But again, time will tell. I'm not in it just yet. I haven't decided just yet if I want to get into it. Might see if I wait for more corrections first before I decide to get into it. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But either way, be that as it may, right now, this is the macro, this is the fundamentals, this is what we need to pay attention to. The inflation, not a factor. It's the uncertainty and the slowing growth of the economy that's what everyone's worrying about right now, and it's the tariffs as well, because not understand what the tariffs are doing, and the OTC. That's what's the negative sentiment in the market right now. This is the most important part here, the OTC. I'll probably cover that in more detail in a video, maybe tomorrow. Might even get Cody to have his insight on it as well. But again, it's holding through the dips, not giving into the fear, knowing what you hold, do your research, have conviction, don't be emotional, be logical, and that's going to help you survive the current market sentiments and the uncertainty right now. When everyone is uncertain, this is the time you need to do your research. That's what I'm doing right now. While the market's uncertain right now, this whole stream here is proof that I'm doing my research. I'm understanding why the markets are down, the real reason, the realistic reason why crypto market's down. And will it come back? I believe it will do. All I'm doing right now is on the sidelines, I'm waiting, I'm DCing if I can, but I haven't got the money to do so right now. And I'm researching what to do next. The next step, when the time is right, you know? We also got the likes of QE happening later this year, I believe, as well. Quantitative easing, rate cuts, and all that stuff as well. So again, there's still bullish outlooks incoming for crypto and Kaspa as well. Everyone says turn on the machine and start printing. Honestly, it's a matter of time. I think they're going to do it in due time. My voice is annoying. Sounds like he has a big front tooth that hangs weight on his lip when he speaks. Lol, him and Mike Tyson was the same alphabet class for sure. Yeah, no, I do have a bit of a lisp. Appreciate it, my man. I mean, yeah, I have a bit of a lisp, and it gets worse when I speak quickly. I try to slow down, but sometimes I just can't help myself. I mean, yeah, I I apologise, my man, if it does annoy you. What's up, LB, my man? Y'all scared? Most never experienced the real Altcoin parabolic run, 50 to 100% candles on the daily. Added last week up 70%, XRP 120 billion in a month. This is an opportunity, 100%. Please hit the like. JB's meme doesn't get a minimum of 30 likes per stream. This narrative needs to stop, honestly. But I mean, Mr. Miles is right. Not the beating part, but if you enjoy the streams, as always, the informative content I do every single day, leave a like, show your friends, and subscribe for more. I'm a Kaspa Guru at Meetup in New York City. Wow. Well, jealous much. I'm happy for you, my man. I do hope to meet up with some people in the Kaspa community at one point in the future. When I, go to some of these events right now, I haven't been to enough. What's up, my man? But yeah, Kaspa Frog, even my man, welcome back to the stream. You're doing very, very well. Thoughts on Kaspa going to 3 or 5 cents? I mean, anything's possible. It depends on Bitcoin and market sentiment right now, though. I want to believe it won't happen, but 3 cents I think is a bit much, personally. Seeing Kaspa come down, 80%, if not 85%, I think it's a bit much. Unless the project, I don't think that's possible. That's my personal belief, not financial advice. 5 cents means obviously more possible. It depends on the market sentiment right now. Kaspa again currently down 7 point. Kaspa's been very volatile right now. It was down 10% earlier today, then it was up, then it was down 4%. Now it's down to 7%. It's jumping all over the place right now. Think logically, crypto summit, crypto regulations, Bitcoin reserve, adoption coming. You already think it's over? 100%. What's your personal prediction for Kaspa this year? I stopped giving out predictions about a week ago, so I'm going to stop doing that now. If you want to find out, you can check out my previous streams where I disclose it there. For me, I think it's going to go up this year. I think it'll do well this year. I'm holding Kaspa long term either way. But I think the gains I can make from Kaspa this cycle is going to be so significant either way that, if I chose to take out this cycle, I could, but I'm not planning to. But I think it'll do very well, truth be told. And that being said, we now got some Kaspa updates as well. Ultimately, some very, very good news as well. Kaspa Enthusiast highlights here that it is not unusual for cryptocurrencies to correct sharply, such as corrections. Such as corrections, it's nothing new to Kaspa either. Yeah, crypto don't normally correct so heavily, but for Kaspa, it's not nothing new. As an example, you can see the correction for Kaspa from $0.042 to $0.012, so it's 70% correction. We all know what happened afterwards. This is referring to all the way back here. All the way back here, referring to. We saw Kaspa rally up massively, making higher highs, and reach 20 cents eventually. So right now we're currently at minus 66% correction. So we still are down quite a lot, but we've seen more from Kaspa early days as well. We've seen other projects like Cardano, like like Litecoin, like Chainlink, those 3 projects in particular, those 3 are also down 70%. So it's nothing new to us. All we've got to do is hang in there, keep researching, learn more, focus on the exceptional techniques of Kaspa and the coming 10 BPS. That's one of the big catalysts coming through very, very soon that could see a price relief rally for Kaspa as well. Kaspa AI, something that I saw Kaspa Silver highlight in his video recently. You know, it's an AI powered insights market sentiment for Kaspa particularly. And their beta is now live, which is very cool to see. So hopefully we're hearing more about that in due time as well. So we're hearing more about that in due time as well. We've got this post here from the man with a ball. This is the other part of the title here. It says AI predicts $5 Kaspa. Grok says Kaspa is worth $5, a 50x from here. What price should Kaspa be in regards to technology? Keep it simple. Kaspa technology, high speed block DAG with 1 BPS aiming for 10. Over that, fast confirmation and scalability suggest it could be worth more than its current $8 to $10 price, 8 to 10 cents price, apologies, 10 price. Compared to peers like Solana and Bitcoin, a fair price based on its tech might be 50 cents to $2. If it delivers on its roadmap and gains traction long term, over $5 is possible with strong adoption, but that's speculative and depends on real world use, not just tech alone. Now, with that regard, I do agree with this completely from Grok. You know, that is effectively how I've clarified it the whole time as well. Kaspa should be valued a lot higher than it is right now. It shouldn't be around 7, 6, 8 cents. It shouldn't be that low at all. I think Kaspa has the potential to reach $2 a cycle, as I mentioned previously. I said I was going to talk about price predictions, but I said it now anyways. But the point is, I think Kaspa can reach this sort of price target this cycle. And long term, I think equally it's not impossible either for $5 Kaspa. If it does achieve all these significant adoptions as well. But again, it's a matter of time. Time will tell. If you can get the traction and adoption, that's the most important thing. One thing I highlight when I talk about Altcoin earlier is what really matters and what derives the price and gets the adoption is the use case, is the utility. And Kaspa right now has some, but not enough. It needs more, and it get more with smart contracts, 10 BPS, and stablecoins, and much more like Dagnite as well. And we're seeing, again, supply short will come through very, very soon, also very bullish for Kaspa as well. We can see here from audit 1,000, today Kaspa finally reached 90% of mine supply, which is very bullish to see. We can see here, well, actually slightly below here as well, so I'm not sure exactly what website they're getting it from, but apparently it has 39% mined, which is a very, very significant milestone. Ultimately, identifying there's only 10% left for the rest of time. No more Kaspa ever available, which is less than it was mined in 2024 alone. Interesting news around the corner, 10 PS to mainnet and the April smart contract summer, Dagnite Q3 or Q4 this year as well. Listings, all that stuff, you know, is good for a couple of short-term price action, but like I said in the past as well, I don't particularly care about them either. I want to see this stuff. That'll be what brings Kaspa the adoption we need. Listings will just be a short-term volatile pump. They'll help more so in the cycle as well, and we'll get them in the cycle, I'm sure. But that's not what I care about. I care about the superior tech of Kaspa. Binance and Grayscale will have to list in due time. They won't miss out on Kaspa. It's a matter of time, and this is a proof that supply short will come through very, very soon, and we'll be very happy about that as well. So, of course, increased demand, which will happen in due time, with lack of supply coming out, supply shock, price will rally up with that as well. Big on mining as well. Shout out to Kaspa Frog again, my man. He is now running the first Irish node for Kaspa, which is huge, and even KRI is singing his praises. 4.7k impressions, my man. Impressive. That's massive news. I think that's more than I've ever gotten myself, so I need to step up my game here. But yeah, shout out to you. Massive there. We're seeing more miners coming online. And we've got this video here from Data Swaps here as well, talking about, you know, they're building their sort of decks, if you will, on top of Igra Labs, who bring out smart contracts. Andre highlights here, I'm looking forward to the official launch of Zedia Swaps. I think Change Finance made a mistake with its, quote, greedy 2% fees, but actually it's 6% since you have to convert Kaspa into a pool, CUSDT, to buy Kaspa memes. And yeah, Zedia Swaps highlights here, you know, imagine paying 2% for a centralized, less optimal solution. Zedia Swaps, though, is 0.3% end-to-end decentralized, or 0.2% if you're holding an NFT. So Zedia Swaps still very, very in the early days. I've heard a lot of very positive reinforcement and comments about Zedia Swaps, which is good to hear. So I'm hoping that the NFT in regards to talking about will come out soon. But hopefully we'll hear a lot more about Zedia Swaps. Right now, I'm getting increasingly more bullish about Zedia Swaps. We want to see who's following them right now to again just kind of reinstate that belief. Kaspa EVM following them is quite good to see. We're seeing KNS Kas is also quite good to see. They're following them. Kaspa.com, quite big as well. Nacho, Kaspador, who's quite well in tune to the Kasplex team. You got Kaspa Maxi. You've got El Pro, Kaspa Silver, who's quite well in tune to Kaspa's community as well. Christian Ludwig's one of the bigger members as well, probably the biggest member on this list who is following them. So ultimately it has some form of got a lot of people following them, which I think is quite good to see. So I'm happy with those swaps right now. I think they've got a lot of good things coming, and hopefully they'll do very well as well. And we've got this whole thread here from Nicholas Sismo as well, talking ultimately about a crypto strategic reserve should include hard money digital assets only, which I'll probably cover in a later stream, because I think that could be that could be a whole 10-20 minute conversation in itself talking about this sort of stuff. And then we continue on here as well. We've got this post here from obviously understanding right now that 10 BPS is very close. It's one of the major catalysts coming up for Kaspa very, very soon. Kaspa's testnet transition to 10 BPS is coming March 6th. That is only in 2 days from now. That's on Thursday. Followed by the mainnet at the end of April and smart contract in summer. We are very close now. Should I think, to my understanding, the testnet, like migration part of it, is happening today. And then the implementation of 10 BPS on the testnet 10 should be happening on the Thursday. And if it all goes smoothly, which hopefully it will. I mean, Kaspa does so much due diligence that it should be going smoothly. They take a long time to make sure everything is really, really good. If it goes smoothly, then that would be the sign for them just to basically flip the switch, start the migration to, the mainnet, and we start seeing 10 BPS on Kaspa, which will be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Cryptony says, no, it already happened. It's ready now to do it ahead of time. Okay, no, to my understanding, it's happening now. Look, so after the merge, we expect to create a testnet 10 release by the end of Tuesday, 4th of March. It's happening now, but they're giving it until the 6th of March, I believe, to just see if it stays stable and everything's good. So they're giving it a grace period, I believe, and then after that, we'll start seeing the migration to the mainnet. So this is obviously very, very bullish to see all in all for crypto and Kaspa. A lot more, and in regards as well, I did end my stream, I think yesterday I ended it early. Or started early because I wanted to hear the blockchain banter live, where they were talking about smart contract Igor Labs. Unfortunately, X went down yesterday. And because X went down, their live got cancelled. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. I plan to watch this one. Unfortunately, though, this one on Thursday, on the 6th of March, which is going to be seemingly a very big day in general for Kaspa as a whole. Not just, again, we got the CFTC news as well. Kaspa testnet hard fork, happening around that time as well. But also the Binance Reward pool payout should be happening around that time as well, or before then. But I'm going to have to probably try and stream around this time here because I want to listen to this. So I'll probably stream around an hour earlier. This is 8 PM for me, which is the time we normally go live. So I might do a little bit earlier, but again, we'll have to wait and see. I could stream during the time here, but I want to give everyone the ability to listen in to all the crypto and Kaspa content, So we'll have to see what happens like that, but I'll make an announcement about that in due time in our community. You can find out there. But ultimately right now, there's more chatter, more talk about Kaspa coming through. The price is struggling. Crypto market is struggling. A lot of uncertainty, OTC trading, all this sort of stuff. But we got a lot of big developments coming out. Things are still looking up. Developments for crypto are still bullish. Kaspa has got a lot of things coming out very, very soon as well. So, as highlighted from Rosario here, one thing is clear: Kaspa, it's a return to the original version of crypto, and we're still early completely. Right now, the markets are very, very centralized, and while that means those assets will gain favor, early adoption, when Kaspa can prove how significant it is and how superior it is while remaining true to crypto, they'll have to force to adopt Kaspa as well. Mila says it's so disheartening. As soon as Trump opens his mouth, market violently moves. So annoying. This man is very dangerous. I mean, yeah, it's just an influence thing, It happens in multiple different spaces. Think about the Jim Cramer effect as well. Jim Cramer typically, when he not so much effective now, but when he used to be so like, oh yeah, we're going to get the market pumping now, it dumps. Jim Cramer equally is also anti-market as well. People have influence, can do whatever they want, whether they mean to or not. I'm absolutely convinced that Kaspa survived anything. I do believe Kaspa can survive a lot as well. I did hear in the roundtable that I spoke about in the video that I made yesterday. I highlighted a roundtable that Warfield's a part of. And in the roundtable, he didn't, mention a lot of very bullish catalysts, like the IPO coming out this week for BGM blockchain, like the 10 BPS news, like Kaspa's true understanding behind Kaspa's layer 1.5, and also Kaspa's got a phantom-like wallet coming out. But he also did mention, either it was in that stream or another stream, I can't actually remember now, but I think it was in that stream he mentioned. Was it him? I don't even know. I can't remember now. I remember hearing somebody say, though, and I do agree with this, that when the Bybit hack happened, and we saw, a potential repeat of FTX 2.0, if we did get a market crash like that, the individual who is associated with Kaspa stated that Kaspa would have died. Whether you love Kaspa or not, I do care to agree. Because the majority of the assets at that point would have died. Unless you're seeing in the top, unless you've got VC backing, people have got to keep the project up, or you're seeing in the top like 10, 15, 20, which Kaspa unfortunately right now has struggled in that regard. So Kaspa is currently, due to its lack of adoption, at the mercy of everything else, and it is trying to survive. It's only down 60%, 70%, so it's doing, I want to say fine, maybe not the right choice of words, but it's fine. It's not too problematic right now. Majority of these projects in the space right now are still down 60-70%. It's just the difference that Kaspa rallied earlier and then came down. People are very worried now. But when the market returns, when Kaspa developments come out, its use case starts to grow more so as well. 10 BPS, smart contract stablecoins, Kaspa will rally more so in value as well. Oh no, I'm late. I'm fortunate to hear Kryptoni, but welcome back to the stream anyways. Hope you're doing very, very well. So it looks like LB Crypto and Erica met up at the crypto event as well, where they saw Kaspa Guru. That is, love to hear the community constantly meeting up and, connecting. Great stuff to hear. When Kaspa hits $5, we can all meet in England to meet Jay. That would be a treat to say the least. All just go out and just have a great time. Us Brits know how to, well, actually say that. Going out in Britain sucks. Unless you're in Manchester, I guess it's all right. Although I guess you're not from England, you probably enjoy London. I hate London, personally. But that's because I live here. If I go to, Japan, if I go abroad, I love it. When I'm in my country, I hate it. Not sure if any of you can relate to that. I'm sure, I forgot my man's name. But there's someone else here who is a Brit that tends to watch as well, and I'm sure you can agree with me as well that Britain just sucks. But yeah, I'd happily, have a meet up at some point, have a party and stuff like that. Did we already talk about Crescendo merge with testnet complete like an hour ago? No, we didn't. But we did kind of just cover it now. It's been completed an hour ago. Actually, just highlighted, so shout out to you for that scoop. But yeah, seemingly as Kodosov highlights here, the idea that it was always going to start today, and then it was until like this. And let me go through my retweets. I would have retweeted it here. So yeah, so it's here. So Crescendo update. So after this merge, we expect to create testnet 10 release by the end of Tuesday, 4th of March. For the target transition that will be included in the release, we are considering March 6th and March 8th. So they've done it today. I'm guessing therefore everything stays stable and they give it a bit of a grace period, then I should be all good. So the target transition will include the release. Yeah, so we'll hear. I hope. Right now, from what I heard as well, the community voted on it being the Thursday, so it's starting now, and then on Thursday, if everything's still hunky-dory and good, we'll see the mainnet hard fork start as well, which would be huge news. Imagine being part of the crypto at the very beginning before the mainstream adoption. Completely right, Rosario. Completely right. Like again, institutions aren't even here properly yet. Phase 2's not here yet. We're getting screwed by the OTC element. The institutions are just doing this stuff, but this is going to be a market like the stock market, if not bigger than that, because it's going to be tokenization. They're going to be able. The idea is we're going to tokenize stocks and bonds as well. So stocks will come into this market. Everything will go through blockchain and crypto. This market, therefore, could be the biggest market in the world future to be, if it gets the adoption we need it, which I think it will do. Distant future in that regard. I think Kaspa will be a part of this market as well, what they're building as well. So we're here very, very early. That's why for me, crypto is a long-term holding. I'm investing into crypto. I'm obviously trading and doing short-term plays as well, or this cycle trades as well. And I'm also learning more and, trying to also provide more in this community here, in the free community as well, but also the paid community, the WAP community, which is a paid community. We also join for free, 7-day free trial. Link in the description, chat also my homepage as well. Go check that out. But the understanding that we have to have is that we're still extremely early, and that's information we provide in that community time and time again, saying don't worry about it. This is what's coming. This is what institutions are saying is coming. This is what they want. This is what you need to look out for. So keep you better, educated, if you will. Not just with Kaspa, but not just because of the whole crypto industry. Mass adoption is still a challenge. It's still a long time coming around. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, anytime, my man. I mean, again, I appreciate what you do, and yeah, you're locking in. Again, love to see that. Love to see everybody eating. I love when all my homies eat. UK so depressing. Yeah, it's a sad place to be. Not just because it's all the weather. The weather's so bad. Like it feels like it's so bipolar as well, man. Like either be sunny or be rainy. Choose one, man. It's crazy. I hope we will see Kaspa this year at least 50 cents. I hope we will as well. Tau 60%, and I hear on complaining. True as well. And Tau's going to be one of the biggest AI projects in this space. I think Tau will do very, very well. I might make a video on Tau somewhere in the future as well, because I think Tau, for what's coming out to it, is going to be huge. It's down significant as well. Go from all-time highs here. Well, actually, it's up here. Tau is down about 62%. But no one's talking about Tau at all. Like, it's just what it is. But I think Tau will do extremely well, and equally Kaspa as well. Meet me in Puerto Rico. I will move there, so I don't have to pay here in US taxes. Okay, well, maybe we'll have a whole meetup. When Kaspa, rallies massively, we'll all have a meetup in the destination of choice. Could probably end up being somewhere like Puerto Rico, or I don't care anywhere really. Have a massive meetup would be fantastic. Retail's not even in yet. Also very true. We got institutions not even here yet. Mass retail's not here yet. Look at this. CoinMarketCap right now. We can see from the exchanges. This is the retail side of things. 34.8 billion in Binance. That easily soars to plus 50 comfortably, if not even near the 100 billions. When we got mass adoption and retail properly in yet, we're still extremely early. So there's nothing to worry about just yet. But with that being said, it was Ronnie, that was it. It was Ronnie. Ronnie was the man who I knew from the UK. I knew I'd recognise the profile, I just couldn't remember the name there. What's up, Ronnie, my man? I'm really happy today. I've been mining and DCAing into Kaspa and Cubic. Today and tomorrow are my DCA days. Whoa, big up to you, man, Ronnie. Welcome back to the stream. And yeah, love to hear it. To keep up the grind, my brother. But that being said, thank you everyone for watching today's Kaspa Daily, Kaspa and Crypto live stream. Ultimately, this is the realistic crypto and Kaspa market outlook right now. This is what's happening right now. Tariffs are definitely a factor. Inflation is not so much a factor anymore, but right now the market is slowing down its growth. Therefore, we need to see some rate cuts coming through, ideally. Institutions are doing OTC trading. That's why the markets are struggling and uncertain right now. But bullish outlook looks very, very good for crypto and for Kaspa. Markets will come back. It's only a matter of time. And yeah, it's more to look forward to, honestly. Erico, you have to live there when you bought the crypto. Oh, okay, well, that way. Thought you went the other way either. By the way, I just came back from the Crypto Expo event in Europe. I'm not going to butcher the name, but in there, and the vibes around Kaspa were amazing. Good things coming soon to Nacho as well. Well, that is fantastic to hear. Thank you very much for that scoop, Rosario. I have seen some clips from the Expo event. Them winning the award as well. Kaspa is huge. So, we are holding something amazing, and I'm sure big things come to Kaspa in due time. Don't be emotional, be logical. Know what you hold. Follow the money. Keep on researching. Remember, everyone, we hold something amazing. Couldn't be wiser words never spoken, honestly. A lot of big things coming. So if you enjoy, as always, leave a like. We've got 30 likes now. Mars is going to be happy about getting 30 likes. Leave a like. Share with your friends. Go for more. If you want to know more about crypto and other market sentiment, then come check out the free community. And equally, 7-day free trial to the WAP. If you want to find out even more institutional insight and what trades and whatnot. Again, we did see a trade over 200% gain earlier today, which I'm going to quickly bring on stream again. So we're happy, try and make some profitable trades in this market right now. So again, if you want to know more, come check that out. I'll be releasing a video later today, which is going to be the first of a sort of miniature series I'm starting, which is going to be sort of like Diamond or Dust, a project here called Altcoin, which potentially could be a small market cap high gainer. Again, doing research here at discretion. I'll be releasing that later today, so go check that out. Have a great day, good evening, and good night. And I will see you all. Ridiculous, man. See you all